Siobhan, the New South Wales ambassador at Liberator. I'm talking to Joey Harrall today. He's been building himself quite a career that I'm excited to hear about. I know we all know you quite well, but tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm the Western Australia AAC Ambassador for Liberator, so I share my knowledge about AAC to teachers, education assistants, therapists, uni students, parents, and of course AAC users. I often help with organising learning days to develop people's programming skills with our range of accent devices. Besides my Liberator role, I help out at Motormouth camps by sharing my knowledge with families and fellow AAC users. These camps are very amazing and valuable to the families to connect with other families. I am very thankful that I decided to take a leap of faith and stick through my first camp. Lastly, in my free time, I run my own clothing line. And I am also a creator on TikTok.
We have both completed our certificate in assistive technology mentoring and work as AAC ambassadors. Let's talk about your experiences with this.
I found the course pretty interesting. It took me a year to complete, and I needed to do 40 hours of work placement at the Independent Living Centre. I was lucky to study face-to-face because I learned things a lot better in person than in an online environment. My lecturers gave me more time to do my assessments. However, they didn't go easy on me. They held me to the same standards as everybody else. The course really helped me with knowing how to word open-ended questions. What do you think about the course, Siobhan?
Yes, so I've felt the same thing. It's been a great course and I've learned a lot. I have to do 100 hours placement instead of 40, so that's different. But other than that, pretty much the same. Always want to be an AAC and assistive technology mentor. If not, what were your aspirations after high school?
No, I wasn't sure on what career I wanted in high school, really. I just wanted to game. However, lucky my brother and sister-in-law theoretically kicked me in the right direction as they weren't going to let me waste my life away. Then I was invited to a Motormouth camp and my family dragged me along. But once I got there, I met Mel Smith and we talked for a while. That was the moment which sparked my interest. And then my sister-in-law sent me the assistive technology mentor course registrations. So I filled out my letter of interest and sent it off, and I got accepted. I wish that I was more interested in figuring out which career I wanted in school. I would recommend for somebody like ourselves to ask questions about which career opportunities are out there for them, as you don't know until you ask.
What was your experience in tertiary education like? Were there challenges you had to work through? What were they? How did you get through them?
My biggest challenge was learning how to study on my own. However, lucky I met my good friend on the way, and we helped each other to get through it by doing our assessments together through talking on Messenger. We also sat together to do those mind-breaking case studies. I don't miss them. Besides learning how to study on my own, the course was very accessible. All of the assessments were online, which was handy. The first few months almost did break me. As the workflow was a lot, I had to do 3 assessments at once. That was not fun. One person had a nervous breakdown and quit because we needed to learn 3 different subjects over 3 days in a row. Without my friend, I would have quit. I can't stress enough how important peer-to-peer support is.
And why did you choose this career as an assistive technology mentor and an AAC ambassador?
See, this career hunted me down. In a sense, Kelly basically pulled me into this career by inviting me to a Motormouth camp, and everything else just fell into place. How about you, Siobhan?
I went to Agoski and fell in love with AAC, then the rest is history. How are you finding your new gig as a guest university lecturer?
It is a pretty amazing opportunity to lecture university students. I teach them to not judge people on what they look like. When I say that I manage my own clothing store, the students' mouths drop to the ground. That is funny to watch.
Describe your role as both an assistive technology mentor and AAC ambassador.
Well, I blend the 2 roles together because I don't just offer advice about AAC when I am helping somebody. If they ask me which smart assistant is better, I will give them pros and cons about each assistant to help them to make an informed decision on their own. Because as assistive technology mentors, we can't share our own beliefs on products. However, as AAC ambassadors, we can say that accent devices are the best, which they are. I often will start off my mentoring sessions with asking my mentee questions such as, how are things going? Then I may ask them, what would they learn about today? If they want to know how to do something on their AAC device, I will model how to do the task on my own device first, and then I will get my mentee to show me on their own device. If they have problems with doing the task, I will break down the steps and talk my client through the steps. How would you describe our roles, Siobhan?
Making me work here, Joey. For me personally, I see them as 2 separate roles. As an AAC ambassador, I get to do a lot of public speaking about my life and experiences. And as an assistive technology mentor, I help people get the information they need to make informed decisions about the assistive technology they purchase, and I haven't really figured out how they go together. I heard you started a t-shirt business. How did you get into this?
Well, I just got bored one day in lockdown, so I started designing funny things, and I wondered whether people would want to buy my designs. So I opened a store on Redbubble. Redbubble helps me with my stock, payments, and keeping track of my sales. By the way, you can follow FG4SP on Facebook.
Is life hard as a famous TikTok influencer?
It is pretty fun. Truthfully, I only started it as a joke among my friends. I didn't expect it to blow up in the way that it did. By the way, you can find me by looking up the Wheelchair Beast.
What are your long-term hopes and goals in terms of employment?
Well, Siobhan, I would like to raise disability awareness through my influence online. I want to change the world. And lastly, I want to make AAC technologies smarter by getting suppliers to put AI into their technologies, because AI could learn how we write and it could give us special things to say in our word prediction.
Thank you for speaking with us today. You can follow us both here and here. It was great to talk to you.